Welcome back to my podcast where I talk typically about nothing.
Alright, watch out, Ozzy. Okay. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing.
Oh, I'm gonna need something to drink.
Welcome to the WeatherWoman podcast with your host, Micah Weathers, and your co-host, Mama Weathers.
Beverly Weathers.
Okay, so fun fact of the day. We're jumping right into it. We just walked a mile. That's gonna mess up the audio.
Oh my goodness. It turned out.
Pause. Okay. Fun fact of the day. I realized why I named my dog Oreo. And that is why, Mom.
It's because it's black and white. But you love Oreos.
But I also love Oreos, and my team knows that. Because I bring them Oreos every Tuesday or Friday
Yeah.
for after our practice and for lifting. Another fun fact of the day is Mom is retirement age. She can retire.
Just because the paper told me so.
Yeah, because Mom is 65.
No, I am not. I'm 55. But I did get a thing from my work, from my 401k saying that I was at retirement age. So,
Okay, so what is the question of the pod? We talked about it on our run. I mean, our walk, not our run. What was it?
what is the norm? What will be the norm after this crisis is over?
You say norm, very weird.
The normal? Or
I know, but you were saying it so exaggerated.
Oh, I don't
The
know.
norm.
The norm.
So what will be the norm? I say that elbow bumps will be the new norm.
I think you'll still see masks because of the germaphobe people and.
So you think that the mask will always be there after this pandemic?
I think you'll still see a lot.
We went into the store the other day, and she made me put on a mask, and I just felt like an idiot. Like, I know that sounds bad, but, like, I did not want to put a mask on. Because
Yeah,
I just
but-
felt so weird with it on. So I can't imagine it becoming, like, a normal thing.
Well, I
gets so
mean,
hot.
it's just going to be a normal thing to see. It's not going to be normal for everybody's use, but there are going to be some people to still use them.
I don't know about you, but even wearing the gloves and the mask, I get so sweaty with them on, so I would not want to wear them all the time.
The only thing is, I've come to realize how much saliva comes out of your mouth when you talk, and
Saliva.
and when you cough and sneeze. I've been wearing a mask at work, and I will sneeze or cough in that mask, and it's like, and I'm like, oh my gosh. But yeah.
Everyone's watched that video where they have a black background and then the person sneezes and they show it in slow motion and you can see how far it goes. It says it goes up to like 6 feet. That's why we have the whole rule
6
of like
feet, yeah.
keeping your distance.
And some people probably spew more than others, but yeah, we have this material.
Especially.
We have this material at work, and when there used to be this guy that helped me when I ran this material, and when he'd talk, he'd just spray it all on it, and that showed me that,
That was a revelation for Mama.
yeah.
I think, well, do you think that people with lisp spit more?
No.
Like, hello, everyone. My name is Like a lisp like that.
No.
I feel like I kind of have one.
I wouldn't think they did. It's just the people
Like
that
a
just don't care how they
sneaky
talk
little
and what they say,
slithered.
kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. But I just can't wait till the gyms open up again so I can swim. Bless you.
I know.
She's
My
got
throat
the
gets
corona.
dry. No, it's not the corona. It's called old age and chronic cough from medication from high blood pressure. You take high blood pressure medicine to cure that, and years of taking it causes a chronic cough. Now go figure that.
Blood pressure. We don't need high blood pressure.
I guess you can live with a cough, but you can't live with high blood pressure. I guess that's one way to look at it.
Yeah, but a cough is annoying to everyone else.
Yeah.
High blood
It's
pressure is annoying to
me.
you.
Especially now that this coronavirus thing is, people look at you like you got it if you do make a cough. So I wear a mask more for that than, than me catching something is for me to not cough on somebody.
You wear the mask just to let other people know that, hey, if I cough, you're probably going to think that it's coronavirus, so I'm protecting you.
Yeah, and it's okay.
Because you know they're going to freak out if you let
that's why
one
I
little
do it.
tiny cough out.
Yeah. And sometimes the more I talk, the drier my throat gets and I'll cough.
She's been
So I do
coughing literally since I was 8 years old. I'm just kidding.
It ain't been that long. It's been a couple years though.
That was my earliest memory of Mom coughing.
No.
My first memory of Mom.
Yeah, well,
She
let's get
coughed
back
in
to
my
the
face.
norm. I think what's going to happen is once they give us the okay to get out of this, shelter in place thing, I think people's going to rush out and shop. They're going to rush out.
You think
and,
they're just they're missing it so much that they're just gonna abuse it. They're gonna appreciate it more.
Yeah.
They're gonna go to their first rave and touch everybody and kiss everybody.
No, I don't know about that. I think there still be limitations to that.
Yeah,
But,
I feel like they're gonna be like, don't touch me.
as far as shopping never stopped. They do it online more than they do in store now most time. So
Yeah, that's true. Well,
No.
we're not very good at that. I would like to
No.
become better at online shopping.
well,
I don't
that
trust
just
it.
means we'll spend more.
I ain't got nothing to spend.
Yeah. So,
I do want to say that this is like our first official sit down real podcast.
yeah.
Like with microphones, headsets, a janky background, a light that is too bright and making us look super white, extra white than we already are. But yeah, we're gonna have more people on the podcast.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I was thinking about having my aunt for tomorrow
Yeah.
on the podcast. She has a story, and I think it needs to be shared. Can you give the people, not me.
She's just been a lot through her life, and
Let me just give you a hint.
she's been through.
She is hairless,
Yeah.
and she likes to wear a cap, and she doesn't have ovaries anymore.
So she's had ovarian cancer. That's just one of the many trials she's been through in her lifetime.
Yeah, I mean, we always go through them. I think me and Aunt Melinda go through more trials than anyone.
The normal.
Anyone I know. I feel like I get whacked in the face by the devil about as much as she does. She's had it a little bit more with a lot of losses.
I just think, I don't know how everybody believes, but I know how I believe.
This
and
is
I
a
believe-
Christian podcast.
I believe that the good Lord is preparing her and my daughter to be a great warrior for Him.
And what does that mean? What does a great warrior mean for the people out there who don't know what that term means?
It just means that He's putting you first among.
He's putting you through basic training,
Yeah.
as in to like what, boot camp or something for the Army?
He is making you stronger.
He's making you a lieutenant of the National Guard.
He's got plans for us all, but
Of the
he's
human
definitely
race.
got plans for
Yeah.
you.
So what's that mean? That means you're going to have a lot of faith some days and some periods in your life, and you're going to have none sometimes.
It's always
and
a test about faith.
Yeah.
And he's testing her faith daily with her struggles that she goes through. And she tests my sister. He tests us all.
He does his
But
all.
sometimes it just seems more than others. And that's why I think that these are going to be some of his greatest warriors.
And Mom, I turned that thing off.
Oh my goodness.
I turned it off. You guys. Hang on. Anyways, I was going to say that Mom is if you want to put labels on this, me and my aunt are warriors. Mom is what you call a messenger, which means she prays a lot. That's her job on this earth. Is she prays like all the time, like a lot.
Yeah.
And then he puts me and my aunt into action a lot.
Yeah. Prayer is very powerful.
That's a lot of P's. Say that 10 times fast. Go.
Prayer is very powerful. I ain't gonna keep
Yeah,
saying
you can't say it 'cause you'll start getting tongue twisted, tongue tied. But I'm gonna have my aunt on the podcast. You think she'd be willing to do this?
Oh yeah, she will.
I think you should. Since you're my co-host, I think we should
Do it together?
Yeah.
Well, we might.
Should probably feel more comfortable with you.
Yeah.
Like being there.
Oh,
Like button in. Because I have sat them down and have had a conversation with them about their childhood. Not really their childhood. After they graduated high school and started popping out babies and meeting very bad alcoholic dudes that like to cheat on them.
Yeah.
And then them chasing them down and beating the girl they cheated up. Beating up the girl they cheated on with instead of him. I don't understand it. I don't. Beat up your dude. Don't beat up the other chica. You can do both, but attack him first. Anyways. So we're going to have...
That was our younger days. We don't
Yeah. They used... Back
act
in...
like that anymore.
That's what I want to say. Back in your day... Your old days in the 1920s, and Dad's days, y'all just beat up people.
Yeah, well, you could fight back then and get away with it. You can't do anything this day
Without a
and time to
lawsuit.
get away with it. Yeah, you could just fight and get it over with.
Okay, so our first guest on the podcast is Dad Weathers. Welcome to the podcast.
How's your day going?
Oh my God, he always has a deeper voice with it.
Not the camera.
Why don't you come over here? Get behind the camera. We're talking politics.
I don't do cameras.
Well, we were talking about, this is me and Mom's first official podcast. And our first guest will be, well, I guess it'd be you, but it's going to be Aunt Melinda. What do you think about that? With her cancer story.
How many struggles?
Her no more ovaries.
Ovarian cancer.
No, I would like to label it her no ovaries story.
Yeah.
I think that'd be great.
It's really hot in here, I'm not gonna lie. We're gonna have her on the podcast tomorrow. Dad can be on the podcast now. Do you have any questions for Dad? Mom and Dad have been together for 50 years now.
We've been together 30 years. It'll be 30 years in June.
And Dad wouldn't leave her alone. She had to get a harassment charge against him. And you can butt in if I'm wrong, but okay, you're not. Okay, so I'm right. she filed for harassment charges and
No.
even got a restraining order where he had to stay 200 feet
No.
away from her.
Didn't get like that.
And then he violated that, and then she's like, well, I guess it's too late to turn back now.
That's not how it went at all.
And now they're happily, I guess you would say, in love. And they had me,
Yeah.
and we're here now doing a podcast. Anyways, okay, well, Dad's going to be on the podcast tomorrow as well, talking about politics and losing hair when you get older.
No.
All right, this has been the WeatherWoman podcast with your host, Micah Weathers, and your co-host, Mama Weathers.
Beverly Weathers.
Have a blessed day, my dude, and float through. We're out. I think that was successful. I think it was good. I don't know how long that was.
Peace out.